meat and curry, I'm your man. Cause how we all lose it is a mystery. It's like the changing of our wardrobes from a dire history. But it's the one making us not stop. 50 kilograms is all we've got to drop. La 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 la, la 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 la.
Today we've got myself, the host Jonty, and Mike, who you guys will know very well by now. Mike, the sugar-free man. Yeah, Mike, over to you on how you want to set the agenda for today. I know we cut it quite short last time. I have no time constraints this time, so I'm all yours to really get down to the nitty-gritty with this.
Well, just tell me where you're at. Tell me how's it going for you, and what are your feelings and thoughts about it?
Yeah, okay. It's been a bit of a roller coaster. Firstly, bad side effects. I haven't really had any. First couple of days, I could feel that I was quite tired. I could feel a change. It was really nothing major at all. So that's obviously a massive positive. I really didn't get many bad side effects at all. I got the diarrhea, which I think everybody gets, and I've actually still got it. The strangest one, I got really quite bad lower back pain, which I wasn't 100% sure would be because of it, because it wasn't something that was mentioned, but a bit of Googling did find some rare circumstances of people reporting similar issues. And the reason they gave for it is just sort of muscles and organs in your body are just changing and might be in different positions that they've never been for a while, which just could lead to something loosening up, which may lead to lower back pain. And it's sort of similar to the muscle cramps as well, which some people experience. I did experience that, some muscle cramps in my legs. So yeah, that was a good thing. So the main reason I'm actually looking to do this, I'm more interested in the sort of 100% mental state and sort of feeling good rather than the weight loss. So I'm a little bit different probably to Ian and Taylor. And in terms of that, I was initially really, really positive. I noticed because I have suffered from chronic headaches over the last sort of 10 months, which I've massively alleviated recently due to sort of some chiropractic care and the changes to my daily posture. But I was still had slight more headaches than I would expect, more headaches than you should get, and not just headaches. When I didn't have a headache, I would have this sort of brain fogginess and just not knowing that I wasn't 100% and there was something up there, especially considering I'm not drinking alcohol. I've always drank alcohol heavily over my entire life. The only periods when I haven't drank alcohol, I've felt absolutely fantastic. And since I've had these headaches, I've not drank alcohol and I still haven't felt that 100%. So when I started this diet, initially, I noticed the headaches went in the morning. So I was really positive and I thought, wow, this is working instantly. The other really positive thing I noticed, so I have some stretches given to me by my chiropractor, which are quite boring, so I don't always do them. It's all parts of your neck going down to sort of shoulders, sides. And when I do the stretches since doing the no sugar, I notice that it doesn't hurt as much. Stretching obviously hurts. It doesn't hurt as much, which I took as, wow. I mean, that just means that the muscles that my chiropractor said is causing my headaches aren't as tight anymore. So I was really, really positive by that. I had recurring knee pain, which was initially caused by sort of runner's knee, about overrunning sort of 3 years ago. And every time I've tried to get back into the running, the knee really seems to just hurt. That seems to be reduced as well. I think I'd say I owe you an apology for that, Mike, because when you first suggested that sugar could get rid of my knee pain, I laughed. I thought that was impossible. I hope you don't blame me for that. I mean, it's a lot of people would think there's no connection at all between sugar and joint pain. Another massive positive. And so yeah, for after 1 week, I really did feel the benefit, but it doesn't seem to have got better. And if anything, it's potentially got worse. That the headaches seem to have sort of coming back at different times. Like today is probably the worst I felt for a while in terms of my sort of having these sort of mild headaches throughout the day. I'm hoping various points through me sort of trying to solve the cause of the headache, seeing chiropractors, seeing osteopaths. One thing I was told is that sometimes things have to get worse to get better. And again, it's just loosening things up can then in new positions could then cause. So I'm hoping it's just that. I'm hoping that the sort of the healing is underway, and potentially some of the muscles are in different positions, which again may be causing a slight increase in the headaches temporarily. So yeah, there's quite a detailed summary of how I'm feeling. In terms of the weight loss, so I'm sort of 15, 16 days in to the full no sugar. So with something like I'm not actually fully counting, if I'm honest. I am watching the videos, but not every. I'm watching them in sort of twos and threes sometimes. I know you don't recommend that. I'm just being honest. That's why I'm not aware what day I'm on. I'm looking at around sort of 4 kilos lost. It's a pretty standard, I think. Not quite as much as Ian, but I weigh less. So that's good. I've been having basically no cravings at all because of this initial sort of reaction, because of this initial good reaction to my headaches. That's sort of nullified any sort of cravings because I'm that committed and that enjoying this that I don't want to. I've got no interest in eating a chocolate bar because I don't want to go backwards in terms of my recovery for these my health. So zero cravings whatsoever. It's really been quite easy, which I wasn't expecting. But I think I'm in a different situation in terms of my motivation due to it not being weight loss related. Yeah, almost no cravings at all. I know I showed a bit of resistance earlier, but when I actually got going, I've just gone straight in, no meat. I've cut the veg, no problem. Not even bothering with the greens. I've cut coffee. Yeah, I'm
What
pretty
did you cut coffee?
about the same as I've been doing the full meat. So the first 3 days I did veg and coffee because I wasn't fully aware, and then I cut it. So yeah, sort of 15, 16 days without a single bit of fruit, vegetable, not even having the avocado. No coffee. Yeah.
Right.
I'm still getting a few every now and again. I just feel knackered and I work from home, so just have some random naps at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon when I just
All
really
right.
used to that. So yeah, there we go.
That's very good. Thank you so much. That was very helpful. So, look, one of the things that, you're becoming aware of is you can kind of start with a knee, or knees in your understanding of this. So, what we told before, and hopefully I won't need an apology, but the same thing will happen with the brain. So you have to look at the brain, and like the lower back muscles, there's been a reordering of how they're nourished, a reordering of how they're operating, and the knee for sure. But what is happening in your brain is the exact same thing. And it's a lot worse and it's a lot more. Okay. When you combine the alcohol, the caffeine, the sugar, I mean, if you can look up this guy, Dr. Daniel Amen, and look up his scans and what it looks like when someone is on sugar and then they go a year without sugar, you literally have holes in your brain, like literal, like he does brain scan. He's done like 40, 50,000 of them and got 5 or 10 clinics that he does this in. And So what's happening now is your brain is healing, and you know, the colloquial slang term is it's sloshing around a little up there, and it's healing. And the reason sometimes the mornings are better, you're you're rested up, and you're nourished, and you're refreshed, and it's not as bad. It's almost like I mean, it's analogous a little bit to the Alzheimer's folks who get a little worse later in the day. So you are literally healing. That's exactly what's happening. And the caffeine withdrawals, the caffeine readjustment is sometimes longer than sugar and lasts months sometimes, through 2 or month or two. And the sugar thing is the same. So, you know, you can probably save the money on the chiropractic in about 30 days from now or 60 days from now, because I've never really had anybody with headaches continue with headaches if they get the true abstinence from caffeine and sugar. I mean, it really is affecting your brains. There's no muscles involved. It's, your body is, your brain is encased in a hard shell. It really is sugar and caffeine crossing the blood-brain barrier. And, I haven't had a headache in 30 some odd years, and I used to have really bad headaches. So, and most of my clients are the same way. So you will see a little ebb and flow in the next 30 days or so, to in your brain. And the sleep thing is the same. Please do not ignore your need for sleep even during the day. It's a sign your body needs the rest, that it's healing, and it will help you go faster. I love that you've lost a little weight. I mean, guys lose weight so fast compared to, I think I've told you this, but 90+% of my clients are women, and they just lose weight so slowly that they get frustrated. They have they have other benefits, headaches and joint pain goes away, but they're really slow to lose weight. And Ian and Taylor just went insane, like just bam, because they stuck right with it. So, and you went full in, okay? So you don't rarely go from alcohol, caffeine, sugar in a diet to zero and try and do a little, closing in on carnivore. That's a rare feat. The withdrawals from not even having any of the veg, which has fructose in it, and it kind of, if the fructose affects the brain more than the glucose, or equal at least, probably. So yeah, I mean, you're in a really good place, and I just encourage you to stick with it. One of the things you haven't mentioned is, like, other than, like, having seemed to have a decent go of it, have you felt any more anger or any more like depression or blueness? How have you felt otherwise besides physically?
I mean, at times I've felt almost sort of euphoric.
I don't know if he even told you about this. So there's something you need to watch out for, and you just described it. It's called a pink cloud. And so yeah, maybe in the challenge videos or something, but don't get overconfident with the euphoria. Just enjoy it, because where you are and everything that you're quitting, there'll be an ebb and a flow of it. You'll need a nap and feel depressed one day, and just kind of walk through that day, and the next day you'll feel euphoric. But it'll even out. You'll feel, the highs will go away, the lows will go away, and you'll just kind of be even. You have even temperament, even feelings. Has your hunger, your
Yeah,
has it
very low.
changed the way you experience hunger?
How to describe it? Like, I'm kind of eating just because I feel like I should. I feel I feel like if I wanted to, I could very easily fast for, like, there's been certain days when I've been busy, when I've gone out, and then I haven't eaten until sort of 4 p.m. And yeah, if it gets to 4 p.m., I'm pretty hungry. But it is a different type of hunger. I don't really know how to describe it. Yeah, and that that came in after the first sort of week. You kind of are hungry all the time.
Right, exactly.
No, it's good. I mean, I'm eating some really bland meals, and I just don't care. I'm just happy
Yeah.
to, and I'm having some sort of kickback from some of my friends saying it's too extreme. What are you doing? And
Well,
one
call Taylor or Ian then.
one good thing that I'm saying to them that you might like is that I've decided that you only actually spend around 15 minutes of each day eating food. So I'm sort of sacrificing those 15 minutes of enjoyment to feel better in the other 1,000 minutes in the day is what
Yeah. Well, you're well primed for it because I don't think it's any different, but there's a lot of very scientific studies that say 50% of people have got to have variety in their food and their whatever, and 50% don't. I'm one of the ones that doesn't, like you. I can just eat a bland meal for fuel and let's go on, and
I've been
that's a beautiful bonus that you have there.
yeah, I've been eating bowls of mince. If I can't be bothered to cook anything or think about it, it's just bowl of mince, salt.
Right. Sure, that's perfect. Just fuel yourself. Just fuel yourself. Well, this is excellent. So I do want you to keep an eye out over the next week. I want you to keep an eye out for the your feelings, your emotions, like with a client or a friend or a family member or whatever, or frustrations, higher levels of frustration that you don't seem to be able to deal with because, maybe I'll let Ian talk about that a little bit. He was very honest about some of the ways that his experience of feelings happened. So tell him about it.
I got angry. I got
Yeah.
real angry. Very short with people. Very angry. But it goes. There's a client meeting that I had that went horribly wrong and I exploded, which is very unlikely, but
Right.
felt good at the time.
Yeah.
How you getting on, John?
Good, mate. Good. 4.5 kilos down, I think. Some initial good reactions in terms of my sort of headaches going away. Couple of really positive things, but then it's got a bit worse again. But it sounds like it's got to get worse to get better sometimes, which is what I've been told a lot of times throughout my sort of trying to sort of solve my headaches. And seem maybe my previous headaches have gone away, and the side effects headaches have come in, and they feel the same, but they're
Is
different.
it like that in your head?
Right in front, all the way across.
Right in the front. I used to get like a pain there during this, but it was very sporadic.
Yeah, it feels exactly the same as the headaches I've been suffering from, so I'm a bit at a loss what to do about it. But yeah, we'll see. I'm fully committed and enjoying the diet. Lifestyle change.
What meals have you been eating?
Yeah, bland as anything. Just quite often just have a bowl of mince and and salt. Mike was just saying that yeah, I'm one of the lucky people that doesn't seem to care. And obviously I'm sat at home on my own as well, so I've got no one to like judge me. Like, why are you eating a bowl of mince? Like, I don't have to sit down with my missus and like sit opposite her and eat anything.
Yeah, I had a plate of pork fillet yesterday, which is pretty ugly to watch, but it was good. Audio's gone.
Did you lose a few more pounds there, Ian?
No, I've been. It's a tan, I think, Mike. I
Uh-huh.
went away for 2 weeks,
Okay.
and I came off the full carnivore for a couple of weeks and ate like vegetables and
Right.
I had a slice of pizza and I drank for 2 weeks, but not heavily. For the first 2 weeks, and then I went on a work trip where I drank pretty much every second of every day. But I said to myself I was going to give myself 2 weeks, and I've got straight back on it on the way back. So I'm still about 40 kg down that I'd put on and then had to take it back off. And the new update is I'm doing a lot of weightlifting, which I wasn't doing before. My shoulder seems to be okay, but I'm doing kind of lighter weights over an hour And I started that on holiday, and I started doing it ever since. And I've been, I feel a lot stronger. I feel good, and
Okay.
I think I'm going to carry that on. And I'm back to kind of meat only now. The only thing I'm battling is booze a little bit. I've stopped drinking, but I'm staring at pints because it's been hot in England again. So
Mm,
yeah, and the 2 weeks I had was like I wasn't drinking to get smashed. You get smashed really easily if you haven't drunk for 5 months and then start drinking again. But I was drinking more from a like social thing, and I kind of want to incorporate that into what I do really, which is for now I want to get to the 50 kg and then start doing it. But I've got another holiday in August where I'm probably going to drink, and then after that I'm back off till the end of the year. So I
right.
think that's where I'm going to play is like drinking in foreign countries is my route, or different time zones.
Okay. I've heard them all now. Picking in foreign countries is a new way to bend the rules a little, or create your own rules.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's good. Well, look, just monitor it, okay? Like monitor your cravings, monitor your feelings, monitor your diet, monitor your pain in your shoulder too. Like keep an eye on that, like as far as if it affects it.
Yeah, I think that's the big mindset shift. I like the 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks, I drank a few beers on the first day, and then I was completely blind drunk after like 3 pints. I've never been that pissed. And my in the next day, I didn't revert back to what I normally do, which is eat a load of like rubbish to make myself feel better. I sat there thinking, kind of, how do I feel? Why do I feel like that? What do I need to do next? Stay on track. And I actually had a decent day for the next 2 days of eating just meat and stuff like this. Then I went kind of off it again, and I'm more kind of my brain's more in an experimental way than like the wheels are off. Go back to
Right.
your old life. Do you know what I mean? It's more kind of actually that didn't kill me, but I don't want to be doing that every day. Get back on it, get back on it, get back on it, and go back on that way. So I
Right.
feel like I'm in a lot more control of all of this. But yeah, alcohol is singing to me at the moment, and I'm fighting it. So
I
yeah,
mean, I don't want to talk about him in general, and I'd love to see him come back, but how is Taylor doing with the adding drinking back?
Taylor's having a lot of fun. Um, yeah, he Monday to Friday he's good, and then
Right.
weekends he kind of lets his hair down a little bit, and he goes through that cycle really. So both he and I are talking about doing. So we had another lady on the podcast,
Mhm.
and she's talking about the glucose monitors on your arm to find out what sets you off for you yourself. So you do a
Okay.
diet where you do some experiments. So we're planning that next. And he's up for coming back into it, but he's a young single guy in the middle of summer and wants to be out there
Yeah,
partying and trying to find a
I got it.
suitable Mrs. Ellsworth. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. All right. Well, again, and I'm sure Joni will come across this as well as he's gung ho right now, but you know, when you incorporate alcohol back in, you just want to like monitor the same way we monitored sugar before for feelings, for cravings, for obviously you don't seem to have any worry, it's not causing any chaos, financial or getting locked up or any crazy stuff in your life. So we're not looking for that, but it's always for me with the health, right? And just to, make sure that it doesn't, that we don't show up like next year in January, with the 50K back on. Or,
Yeah, exactly that. I
yeah,
did notice that so coming off carnivore onto eating some carbs and veg
right.
and that sort of stuff, and beer's got a load of carbs in it anyway. my weight jumped up by about 5 kilos, but that's
Okay.
not, it's not like I haven't seen that before.
Right.
But it stayed like that for the whole 2 weeks when I was off it. It didn't go past that point. And
Mhm.
then I managed to get 3 kg off in the first week, and I'm getting nearly back to neutral again. But
Okay.
it took like a week to get that swing back, which must just be water retention and loads of other things. But I, I also worked out more through that period than I'd normally do. So I started doing the weight. I was doing weights every day, and we were walking like 16,000 steps and stuff like this. Yeah, it was kind of like damage limitation, really. But that spurred on me now going, I'm going to do weights 4 times a week. I'm going to really like step up the exercise. I kind of looked at my body; it's a bit saggy, and I was
Mm.
like, no, I'm not having that. It's time to get a bit hench.
Okay. Okay. Well, I just don't want the exercise to substitute for whatever feelings might be coming up, because I've seen a lot of people go deep into exercise and they're great sometimes for years, and then that addiction stops working.
What I have found is weightlifting. I haven't done for a long time. I'm doing it now,
Yeah.
but I am absolutely like my cravings go through the roof if I've done too much exercise. So
Okay.
I did like 4 days straight. I did football on Friday, boxing Saturday, hot yoga Sunday, big weight session Monday. And Monday was like really hard to keep on track. Like I was battling every second of the day, which I haven't had in a long time. And I think it was because I was knackered. I was like, I woke up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym, and then my body was like aching all over.
Mm.
So I've been conscious of that to try and not push myself like over the limit. But I want to get in a place where I'm kind of losing weight, and my body's kind of becoming a bit bigger through muscle and feeling a bit
Yeah.
stronger. That's the kind of plan. I want to kind of look like one of them blokes on a dating show, but with love handles.
Well, again, I just don't want you to we're not going to be able to discuss some worthiness issues and some, do I deserve to get to the 50 down and keep the 50 down until we actually get there, you know what I mean? And I'm not predicting doom, and I'm just bringing stuff up that I want to make sure that you're not subconsciously, saying to yourself, well, this is good enough. I've been here. I can, I'm
Yeah, I
okay.
think I had that 2 weeks ago. When
Yeah.
I got to the 40 kg,
Yeah.
I went to a high street retailer and bought a load of clothes that were extra large, and I was 3XL before. So I haven't been able to
Mm.
buy them clothes for years. Like Uniqlo, I haven't been able to shop in there
You're an
once.
XL.
XL. I've got
Wow.
this jumper today is XL.
Thick on.
Um,
I'm double XL.
yeah, and I came out of there £300 lighter by buying loads of, because I haven't been able to shop in that shop for 15
Yeah.
years, I don't think. And I did sit there going, maybe you're happy. Maybe you're happy. Maybe you've done all right. And
Mm.
I then looked at myself in the mirror and I've gone back to, you're not happy with that. Let's get back going. Yeah, let's get it lower. So I think I've gone through that cycle a bit. And
Okay.
now I'm at the other end going, let's just stick to it. I've had 4 straight days of straight carnivore. So I'm working out. The only thing that I had was a 0% beer to stop the crazy beer cravings, which I had the other week. So
Did you have any headaches or withdrawals from it? From the episode?
no, uh,
No.
no.
Good.
Um,
Likely it could have been 16,000 steps.
yeah, it might have burnt it all off, but
Yeah.
yeah, I do know what you mean though, because I felt like a mindset shift. Yeah, but I think I'm back on track now. I think I'm good to go.
Yeah.
I've had a good couple of days, and I also think that was a bit of a booze hangover, where all of my kind of brain was just going into all sorts of cravings. And the weekend I had in Athens was ridiculous. It was like drinking every second of every day for 3 days. So
Did you go with the missus?
no, it was work. That is, I went on holiday with the missus before, And that was really peaceful, working out every day, going for loads of walks, this sort of stuff. Yeah, I landed and then went on this work trip, which was like a big company piss up basically. And yeah, me and Taylor were drinking a lot, let's say that. But I haven't
Okay.
touched it since I came back. I said to myself I was going to let that weekend go. That's the one trip where it's really difficult to be like everyone is drinking on it.
You've got to drink on those,
Yeah, you kind of have to. And usually, for the last 5 years, I've turned them down when I've been sober. But I thought 5 months sobriety, let's kind of let my hair down for 1 week, and I gave myself a 2 week window, then back
Right.
off it till the end of the year, which I'm totally comfortable with. There's nothing in the UK that makes me want to drink, so that part of my brain's kind of switched off. It's just been very hot in the UK, and pints are looking beautiful, which I've had problems with throughout the whole of the sobriety bit before, right? Yeah.
Well,
So
pressure, but you're a role model for Jonty here, and I want to make sure that like he gets to where some of his weight goals, and 3 or 4 months in, and whatever. So just
yeah,
as a warning, like the alcohol experiment doesn't happen for a while there, my friend. So I'm sure you probably know that.
yeah. No, I'm done. 2 weeks done.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Okay.
I've had my fun. I'm a firm believer of introducing it in. I totally get your points of moderation, and I think with alcohol for me, it's more. It starts off like this, and then it turns into every weekend and this sort of stuff. And
Yeah.
your
I actually
brain,
did a bit of research on it, Mike. Maybe you can confirm this. I think it said the research I did said that sort of sugar, vodka would be okay because it's you can actually sort of stay in ketosis slash carnivore drinking vodka because it contains no sugar and no carbs. If you get a high quality distilled vodka.
Yeah, I mean, alcohol in general still is sugar. It's still going to be, processed the same way in the liver. It's that disruption of the liver that the fructose and the alcohol, that's how fatty liver is caused. Both products cause, fatty liver. And so, yeah, it's,
But would drinking vodka be better than anything else, like beer, for example?
you have to look at this. So you have to realize this, and this is an important juncture for us, for you and I, that moreover, I'm looking, this is why there's a little concern that, this is more about, and Ian's right here. I'm not talking about him, but this is for me more concerning than about the ability to understand and manage your emotions or manage even your life without drinking, to end up eventually going to a party like that and really enjoying yourself. I think that I don't know if you ever heard the story of when with the darts, where you were doing the darts in the pub, and you realize that you're not really that comfortable around all the crowds when you're sober, which may be leaning more towards an end. But there were discoveries about you, and it's more about the emotional life, that the possibility that these substances could be holding down, than it is about the diet, the health, the ability to muscle and stop and start. And it's not really about that. It's about a long-term consistency in, personal development, emotional development, that I worry most about, because that's what sets the foundation for long-term, I don't even want to use the word sobriety, but long-term control of your behavioral, life. As long as you're not using these products for that in any way, shape, or form, and you can develop a way to use them socially, then you've succeeded, right? But it just
Yeah.
takes a little bit of a conversion over time and a lot of growth emotionally, um, to be able to do that, to be able to walk in anywhere in the world and not have a drink or not have a sugar product and not be worried about it, and just make it as a little bit of an enhancement, you know. And, you know, the idea of, and I'm not judging or anything, but the idea of getting drunk in general, I mean, you seem to be your large persons, both of you, you know, you're able to drink and not lose, you know, control of any kind.
I don't know. That first weekend, I had the first 3 beers. I was an absolute mess. I've
Were
never
you-
been like that. I haven't been like that since I was about 13 years old.
Did you black out ever at all?
No, no, no. I had like 3, maybe 4 beers.
Okay.
Couldn't speak. I was like so drunk because it's the first time I drunk in so long.
Yeah.
But then I got back used to it. It's fun.
Right.
Yeah.
I just, you know, I put it as a little asterisk, a little, you know, warning, just be careful. It's not about, it is about reaching your weight loss goals, but it's also about being able to, you know, live the rest of your life in with a level of, and I don't even really want to call it control, but it is a little bit of control of, you know, what got you overweight or what, you know, got you health issues or knee issues or whatever it was. Because one thing will happen, and I didn't ask you this, well, you did mention the shoulder and stuff, but was there any other physical manifestations of that couple weeks?
Not that I'm like fit. It's more when I exercise, my recovery time is super quick and I don't get the fatigue that I used to have. Like when I used to box, everything used to ache. And it wasn't the being beaten up bit, it was the physical activity that you're doing in that hour. Whereas now I can do an hour boxing, and I could probably do like on Friday, I'm boxing at lunchtime and then playing football at night because I just bounce back. I've got this like incredible bounce back to all of this. So I'm well, throughout that whole period when I was drinking as well, I still felt very fit. Like I was walking loads, doing everything. So
Yeah.
the only thing that made it was a bit sluggish was getting up in the morning and my brain wasn't as sharp, which is the bit that I kind of wanted it not to be sharp because I was on holiday, but I tend to overthink everything normally. So I think about work constantly. I actually wanted to switch off a bit, which I'm sure there's other ways of doing normally, but yeah, just relaxing and having like 2 or 3 beers a night was like perfect to just go, see you later, brain, time to shut up.
All
Yeah.
right. Jonty, any questions about any of this? I mean, how are you taking all this, or what are your thoughts when you hear that your mentor there, your friend is like changing things up a little bit?
Yeah, good, good. I've got a load of questions for you, Mike.
Yeah, go.
But maybe it's just they're quite. Some of them are sort of quite specific. Am I allowed to eat this? Am I allowed to eat that? I know that you probably hate those questions.
No, it's okay.
Yeah. In terms of your question around Ian, do I have any thoughts? Well, firstly, Ian, when you said you felt really tired, so would you, if you've been having beers and then breaking the diet a little bit, would you potentially have gone out of ketosis? And therefore, when you start the carnivore again, you're going to have it's like the start of the diet again. So you're going to be really low on energy again because your body's going to be wanting
Yeah.
carbohydrates. So that would explain why you were really tired, right?
No, when I was saying I was really tired, that was at the start when I was doing it where you are. I
Right.
was, yeah. Whereas I wasn't tired. I haven't been tired recently.
Okay. I thought you said when you got back from holiday and you tried to exercise, you were tired.
No, 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 no.
Okay.
Normally before this diet, I'd exercise, I'd be tired, but even now I feel fine.
But no, no,
Absolutely
it's
fine.
good to see that it's not just a fad, and he's been doing it for 5 months, and he's still committed to it, and it fully does seem like a lifestyle change that rather than just a quick way to lose sort of a few stone. So
The bit that I'd say is when I was on that piss up, me and Tay were both saying I can't wait to get back to feeling like we were before that week.
yeah,
Like there's because going back like neutral when you're still eating sugars and stuff, you still feel quite bad. Whereas that makes you feel amazing. So it's like, yeah, we're having fun now. But I was as soon as Monday morning came and I landed, I was like, get yourself sorted. And I had a hangover for 4 days after that, probably.
Wow.
Like,
Wow.
genuinely felt absolutely terrible. Brain wasn't working and anything, but I was still going through the just eat the meat, eat the meat, you'll be
So
fine.
all of these hangovers, not one chocolate bar or anything.
No, no
Okay.
chocolate.
And
Don't
did
know,
it
don't think
feel
so.
more
I
like a withdrawal a little bit with the 4 days?
maybe it was a bad hangover, like worst I've had. I genuinely was like really angry in the first day, and
But
then
you'll have had sugar as well, right? In some of the drinks, you might have had a
yeah,
lot of mixes, cocktails. You'd have had sugar, so that's why your hangover is going to be worse. You if you just went back to sugar, you might
it
get
was
a sort of
pure
sugar
volume
hangover.
as well. Like it was,
You've had like a
we
double hangover.
we drank a crazy amount of booze that week, and it's like yeah, it was pure volume.
Yeah.
Good questions, because I do have one at the bottom of the hour, so
Ah, right. Okay. At the bottom of the hour, so was that
10,
half
10,
in 10
10 minutes.
minutes? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So yeah, from all the reading I've done on sort of, I know we're not officially carnivore, but it's the most sort of comparative diet. So I've done a lot of reading on carnivore, and a strong suggestion is you should eat beef liver for nutrients. Do you agree with that?
I don't think it's harmful, but I wouldn't make a habit of it, you know. What the more important nutrient or macro, I guess they call it, I like the phrase, eat the fat and the protein comes along for the ride. So fatty steaks, ribeyes, the ground beef is, 80% beef and 20% fat or more if you can get it. Salmon,
Okay, so you don't really need beef liver to get nutrients then?
it won't hurt anything. It won't hurt
So
anything.
so my question was going to be, because I don't think I'd particularly like it. I don't know if I've ever had it.
Yeah, don't worry about it then.
But I
Don't
was
worry
going to
about
suggest a beef liver supplement.
it. You can try a beef liver supplement. That's
Perfect.
not a problem in the early days. I wouldn't get hooked on supplements too bad, but in the early days, that probably wouldn't hurt anything.
You've been
Yeah.
worried about nutrients quite a lot, John. You've messaged quite a lot about that.
I
Where's that
have been
come from?
worried about nutrients.
I'm not a fan of supplements in general, but
I mean, you've always brought, you're told your whole lifestyle you need to eat fruit and veg to get healthy, to get your
right.
nutrients, and suddenly I'm not doing it, so I'm just concerned that where I'm getting my nutrients from. So I guess it's the
On
same
the
with,
counter of that, though, when you were drinking, were you worried about nutrients?
yeah, that's the other thing I think.
Great question. Then I would ask the same
But
of
if
you.
I'm looking for perfect health now, Ian, 100, I want to have the perfect. I want to be like, I can't think of
You want to
an
be like
analogy.
Ian, right?
Yeah, like you, mate. Okay, so it's similar to that. Electrolytes and multivitamins. You don't recommend them because you don't need them. But if I did want to take one for peace of mind, like electrolytes or a
So for
multivitamin, is that okay?
electrolytes is a better question, and I would suggest sea salt, a little bit of sea salt in water, or a little sea salt under your tongue, if you're feeling a little roughed up one day. You are going to only one supplement that I don't think multivitamins largely are crap, but a good magnesium, a quality magnesium, and some electrolytes. You don't need in the container, mix it with water type. You just need a little bit of good sea salt and mixed in water in the morning, and that would actually be a good idea. I would suggest that actually.
So okay, so it's not the same. But if I want to do it for my peace of mind, is it going to have negative effects?
You don't need
Look,
this.
it's a good question, but I'm working on something called supplement use disorder, where the story is very simple. Okay, so we had these women and a couple men too, but women that we couldn't figure it out. They had done everything right. They had lost 30 or 40 pounds. They had no flour, no sugar, no caffeine, no alcohol. They're really doing the project, the program, but they stalled. Then all of a sudden they just for months wouldn't lose any weight, and they still had 30 or 40 pounds to go. Come to find out, they were taking all manner of between 10 and 30 even supplements my theory is the liver doesn't get a break. You know, we're trying to
Yeah.
heal the liver, and those things are very difficult to digest, you know, and the
Okay.
capsules in general. So as little as you can is the answer.
No
You know,
problems. So,
don't.
I was taking some ashwagandha, lion's mane, sea moss, and I've continued to take them. But then I accidentally stumbled across an article entitled "Can you take lion's mane on the carnivore diet?" And it turns out that that actually contained carbohydrates. So I've
Yeah.
cut that, and I did notice some withdrawal from that because I've been taking that for sort of 6 months. And when I stopped taking that, I felt incredibly lazy for the first couple of days. But
Yes.
I
Yeah.
have cut that. I'll be honest, I have been taking electrolytes daily, but I've read today around the sort of the potassium content and stuff like that of each meat that I'm eating. So I've got a bit more sort of confidence in cutting the electrolytes now. Well, I've got quite a few more questions, so I need to rattle through them.
Dude, a
If
lot
I
of people
eat
have the same question, so you're it's very common.
if I eat one meal with sugar, what would happen? Would I go out of ketosis? How far back would it set me? Just a little bit of sugar. Like,
Well,
for
when you do,
example, I've got this wedding coming up next week.
if it happens, I don't want you to think about ketosis, and I don't want you to think. I want you to think about the arc of how you feel. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I want you to think how, you know, what happens afterwards. Do you crash? Do you sweat that night? Do you feel depressed the next day? I want
That
Okay.
you
did
to
happen to me.
recognize, yeah, I want you to recognize those parts of what it does to you, as opposed to whatever macros or, you know, whatever, how you're feeling. And also, I want you to recognize that likely at the weddings, you're going to use the sugar more for the social part of it, that it does relieve anxiety a little bit, and you can be more social if you're, especially if you're not drinking.
Yeah.
So you kind of look at it that way. It's, well, all we do is to just reframe under the reasons you originally, you know,
Yeah.
started
No worries.
using sugar.
Maximum number of eggs per day.
There isn't any.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear because so many
Yeah.
people say it's sort of 2 to 3, and then, but yeah, no limit.
Many as you want. Yeah, no problem.
Good. Ian will like this one because this was on a topic in our WhatsApp group. Creatine.
You know, I don't have any problems with creatine, but I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't go past 10 grams a day. I mean, I don't know what you're doing.
10 grams a day.
5
Is
if you
that
can.
including in
Big,
the meat you eat as well?
Yeah.
So is that 10 grams additional to the meat you eat as well? This is
Yeah, the
creatine
10
in it.
gram dose that you get for the thing. Look, one of the things that's important is that we're resetting your body to the factory settings. You don't want to say, you know, I do this story, it's funny, but I don't have time to do it right now. But, you know, it's like, we don't want to be playing with these drugs or whatever in our, you know, how will this make me feel? You know, we've got to get back to the factory human settings, and that's 0 for now. And then later add one of those things in, you know, just one, just the creatine or just the, so let's continue trying to do as little as we can. Okay.
Cool. This was suggested to me by a friend. Keto friendly avocado oil mayonnaise.
Yeah, I mean, that's not going to kill you in the detox and stuff, but that's not as long as it's, you know, Primal Health, or like
Yeah,
you
it was
said.
put from
Yeah.
a brand called Hunter and Gatherer, which looks to be very sort of organic.
Yeah, no, I think I know that brand. So yeah, no, that'd be okay.
That would be okay. Okay. In terms of eating some greens, is going full meat only better than having a few greens, or does it really not matter?
My original diet before carnivore was what I called high green keto. So if you do leafy greens with the meat, then, you know,
Yeah.
that'll help you ease through the thing, and then you can try carnivore later.
But I'm already at carnivore, so it wouldn't make
So
sense.
don't go back. You don't go
Okay.
back.
An avocado, don't, if I'm not fine without that, I don't need that, or is that because that's got healthy fats as well, right?
Yeah, you have plenty of fats. You don't need avocados.
Don't need avocado. Cool. Uh, ghee has been recommended to me to cook in.
Yeah, gee's fine.
GHEE. Yeah.
That's
Yeah. That's just it
Um,
makes everything taste better, that does.
The 1 liter of water in the morning that you recommend, Why is that? I've heard you mention that a lot in your videos, but I didn't catch the reason why you should drink 1 liter of. I think it's some 20 ounces or something. You said straight
Yeah,
away on waking up.
the 100 ounces is wrong. It's 1 liter. Yeah, it's 1 liter.
Yeah, 1
And
liter.
it's because, you know, air conditioning and heat and everything, it'll dry you out in the evenings or while you're sleeping. So you should drink a little. You get
On waking. Okay. Right, this is a good one that I haven't been able to find the
Yeah, you
answer
weren't
for.
kidding when you said you had some questions.
Yeah,
I
I've done
Yeah.
two more. So if I wanted to do like a really low calorie day, I know we shouldn't calorie count, but just to increase my weight loss speed, just chuck in some low calorie days.
No, not for a while. No.
Didn't even get to the question. So
No.
no. Yeah. Why not?
Because it'll happen anyway.
Yeah, I'm just impatient.
I know.
You don't need that because it will make you more. It makes the whole thing harder. You're hungry.
It sets up cravings before.
Yeah.
No, I'm not getting cravings.
You will if you do a day like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And then final question. Yeah, I mean, how long before I am going to start introducing stuff back in? Like, if I can go carnivore for 6 months, is that what I would do? Or
Yeah, try it.
Yeah. There is no max. Can you go carnivore forever?
There is, there are not a ton of long-term carnivores, so there is not a lot of people we can point to. But yeah, I mean, I think it'll heal you up quite a bit in the first couple of months, and
But if I get to the point where I feel perfectly healed, like I've said, I would feel 100% bouncing out of bed in the morning. Would I then try and introduce some stuff?
Sure, if you want. One at a time. One
thing at a time.
So
I wouldn't think about it like that though. I'd think about doing the full detox and just get it done for at least 90 days.
How 90 days is it?
I got to 90 and I just keep
get to your goal. Wait,
all that is this talking to you, isn't it? It's going get back to letting some stuff in.
No, it's not even that. It's just my friends are asking me what like diet I'm on. When like my friends are asking me these questions, I don't know the answer.
Listen to your body, not the externals. That's the bit. Yeah.
Cool. Right, we've covered all my questions just in time. Well, a minute over.
I do have to jump, guys, but
no worries.
Thank you very much, Mike.
I will talk to you real soon.
See you soon.
We've got some diet plans, health scans, sugar bans, fitness fans, PTs, injuries, laying off the Chinese, ball games, gym chains, protein gains and skin tight tops, and we ain't gonna stop until we hit the 50k. Drop, 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 drop. No excess fat, no FAT, no curry bag, no guarantee. Rough or buff, lean on me. We'll end up as fit as a bear.